was extremely ill.
You have to tell me where he was, what he was doing.
It was his decision to go in. It's something they termed the shimmer.
I like working in science fiction because science fiction gives you permissions. It just arrives with a set of permissions in terms of the kinds of ideas you can put in there and the kinds of imaginative leaps you can make. And it's fluid.
We've sent in drones and teams of people, but nothing comes back.
But something has.
It's really fascinating because there's a couple of photographs from the stills from pre-production where they were gathering thoughts and whatnot that are actually photographs of the same things I was researching when I was doing the book. So talk about parallel development. The tone and texture, all of that stuff is fascinating because it's exactly what I would have envisioned you know, in researching the novel.
You're a biologist. You served in the military.
If I knew what happened, I could save his life.
What's very interesting about Alex and about the way that he creates these films is that he is not only interested in making an interesting science fiction film with a lot of the elements that are familiar, that we love about those kind of movies, but also exploring things about human nature and relationships that are, and especially in this film, that are quite painful, and using the backdrop of this kind of science fiction idea to explore those themes. I think is a really smart way of finding, you know, finding a way of looking at these things in an unexpected way.
The boundary's getting bigger, it's expanding. We're talking cities, states.
You need to know what's inside.
The first thing that we shot was us all kitted up, walking across this great expanse. And in the lexicon of film and film iconography, you have often seen men kitted up with their backpacks and their guns, you know, walking around. But you have not seen women in the same way. So in some ways, I think for film buffs that like kind of an action-packed experience with, you know, creatures and mysterious happenings and guns and big set pieces, the film satisfies that.
Check this out. It's like they're stuck in a continuous mutation.
Anything interesting in there?
No.
It's a really great group of women. I mean, he cast it really well. Not only that are the women incredibly, you know, talented and committed and there and excited to be a part of it, but also just really such a lovely group to be a part of and hang out with and chat with.
Sharks have teeth like that. It's not possible. You can't crossbreed different species.
The beauty of Alex and his you know, his crew, that most of it is actually built and real and crafted, you know, which is just amazing, not having to stand in front of a green screen pretending you see something you won't see until the movie's ready a year later. So that's just been absolutely stunning to see what they've created.
On the last expedition,
They went crazy, or something in here killed them.
Something's come through the fence.
Through the fence?
What makes this so revolutionary too is that seldom do we see women on the screen in this particular scenario. To see women just taking control of their fate, taking control of their destiny, and you know, I think that's going to be very useful to women out there that seldom get to see themselves in this position. And it's a awesome sci-fi thriller. I think everybody's going to want to see this movie. I think men and women alike. It's very empowering for women, and it's pretty kick-ass for men, so.
Can you describe its form?
No.
Was it carbon-based?
I don't know.
Annihilation really refers to these sort of self-destructive tendencies that we all have, and it is bizarre, you know, when you know that our species is, well, every living being is just trying to survive, and that we're supposed to be biologically just doing anything we can to survive, and yet why do we have these self-destructive tendencies that we do things we know are bad for us?
it's destroying everything.
It's not destroying. It's making something new.